Test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Sunday. This is our Sunday Stock Talk. This is where we come together every single Sunday at 6:30 p.m. normally Mountain Standard Time, and we break down the top stocks that you guys all see value in. If you're tuning on in to this live session, make sure you're signed into your YouTube channel. You drop a thumbs up, and if you have any questions throughout this live stream, I encourage you to participate and comment in the live chat. I would love the opportunity to break down your stock and give you my 2 cents on if I see value in it. So I'm going to be saying what's up to a couple of you guys. Once you guys start filling up the live chat, make sure that if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I upload new videos every single day. And again, friendly reminder, especially to all of our Learn Plan Profit members. Tomorrow, actually some of you today, I believe we sent out a couple messages today, Learn Plan Profit 2.0. Please do not spam me on Discord, but Learn Plan Profit 2.0 is about to be released, and we actually have some of our current Learn Plan Profit members that we selected. These are the people that get to watch me trade live every single day. You guys, a few of you today and tomorrow will receive a message, and this will give you access to the full update of Learn Plan Profit 2.0. For those that are watching and that are hearing this for the first time, I haven't openly talked about it, but just like I said back when I originally made Learn Plan Profit, the original one, I am going to give you access to all the updates automatically. A lot of you guys have a lot of great questions of like, did you just add a couple new videos? How many new, hours of content is Learn Plan Profit 2.0? The easiest way for me to allow you to understand this is 2.0. For everyone that has access to Learn Plan Profit 1.0, you will automatically gain access to 2.0. That was my commitment to you guys, that I would give you automatic access to the full update. Now, a lot of you guys were asking, again, is this just a few videos that we added to 1.0? What's the difference? It is a full-on update. There is not one video in 1.0 that is in 2.0. It is over 100 videos. It is over 8 hours, if I'm not mistaken, of content. Full HD, if I'm not mistaken, 4K. So again, friendly reminder that if you have or wanted to participate in the beta trials, we can talk about it tomorrow in the live trading session that we'll be hosting with the LPP team. So I just want to thank you guys for all of your patience, especially for those that have been waiting for the full-on update. I told you from the very beginning that we will give you automatic access, and I'm just letting all of you guys know that are currently watching this, people that enroll in 1.0 get automatic access to 2.0, but just letting you know, those that enroll after 2.0 is released, there will be a price increase when we release it. So you can do with that as you please, right? So you will get automatic access to the 2.0, but as of right now, it's $2.99. When we update it and it's 2.0, there's going to be a different price point. Obviously, it's going to be more. But just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're excited for Learn Plan Profit 2.0, make sure you smash that like button. And if you have any questions whatsoever, if you're not already part of Learn Plan Profit, you guys can refresh this screen and actually message me on Instagram. My Instagram is linked in the description, so make sure that you only message me to that Instagram. So I'm going to say what's up to a couple of the people that we have tuning on in, and then we can actually get this video started. So what's going on, Daniel? What's going on, O'Brien, Craig, Michael, David, Joshua, James? What's going on, guys? We got Kareem, Jason, let's see, Blood on Mars, Lando. We got Ruben, what's up, CRI, Nate. We got Andrew, Larry, Lisa, Merck, Tyson, Joseph, Jason, Dylan, Marco, Tristan, James, Luciano. What's up? What's going on, Tristan? What's going on, 5 Pound Fisher? David is at Winjot. What's up, David Briggs, Muhammad, What's up, Blake? What's up? What's up? I really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday to join us. What's going on? Is that Ellie? What's up? What's up? We got Ricardo, Dakota. I really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday. And let's go ahead and jump right into this. So if you guys have any stock that you guys would like me to break down, please make sure that you just share it in the live chat. What's going on, Sarah? How you doing? So stay green. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm waiting for the ticker call out format. Here we go. We got Caleb with ADBE. So that is Adobe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Adobe. So we're looking at this on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to take a step further back and actually look at this on the year chart. I actually really like this because it's a stock that was previously bullish, very consistent. It hit previous highs of $673. Right now, it recently pulled on back, and I get it that it's a pricey stock per share, but what's important is the percentage that it offers if it were to recover. And this offers about a 15% ROI if we do see a full recovery. So I want to keep this super simple. And if we begin to break above $600, I'd love to follow up with this. So I'm actually going to add this personally to my oversold stock. I really like stocks like this. They're great quality companies. They're bullish, and based off of recent conditions, they're a little bit more on the oversold side. So again, that's a step in the right direction. Now we just need to wait for indication of an actual recovery. So added that stock to my watch list. I appreciate that. We got CEI. What's going on, Alan? I'm not a big fan of CEI. CEI is a very popular momentum or volatile stock right now. I'm not going to really look at this on the day chart, but you guys can see that. I understand why you're paying attention to it. All I have to say is I have this conversation with the Learn Plan Profit group all the time, and they can contest to this. We all have different trading styles. I don't like encouraging beginners to trade very aggressive moving stocks like this. This is a lower cap stock. It gets manipulated very easily. You can see that it went from 33 cents all the way up to $4.80, and then it drops right back down to 96 cents. It's a pump and dump, right? There's some form of manipulation going on, and great. You can make money off of pump and dumps, but just as much as you can lose it. And everything is great when the direction is in your favor, and then all of a sudden when it loses its momentum, when it peaks, it's just an absolute just catastrophe, right? So because of that, I just like to keep things simple, and I like to stay away from this. If you want to day trade it, then great. But is this something that I would hold over a long period of time? Heck no, right? So I see why it's popping up. It's probably popping up on a lot of your guys' scanners, maybe some of the top gainers on the day when it gaps up. But again, it's not just about how it opens. It matters how it trades throughout the day. So make sure you take that into consideration. So we got Daniel with Chewy. So CHWY. Let's go ahead and break this one down. So this one on the 4-hour time frame, it's been pulling back for some time. This one looks a little bit different. It was previously bullish. It peaked at about $120 a share, and it's been pulling back ever since. So this one's a strong descending pattern. The really scary thing about this is that it's been cheap for a while, but it's getting cheaper. And this is something that we always like to reiterate, especially to beginners, right? So if you're a beginner, make sure that you're paying attention. Just because a stock is cheap doesn't mean that it can't get cheaper, obviously, right? But the reason we say this is for you not just to have that very naive mentality or mindset of buying the dip, right? Because buying the dip doesn't mean that it can't continue to sell off. So make sure that you do it in a very structured way. So I set my alert for the break above the EMA line. So if it begins to indicate signs of a recovery, then great, so be it. But until then, why would I want to put my money in something that's consistently selling off? It's great that you might add it to your watch list. It's great to add alerts to it so you follow up with it when it's actually moving in the right direction. But until then, I just wouldn't waste time hoping that this happens. What's going on, Ruben? CHPT. So CHPT, very popular stock, recently gapped up to nearly highs of $50 a share, pulled on back, a lot of volatile movement. It's been on a consistent descending pattern. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I really like to focus on stocks that the direction is in your favor. And CHPT is quite the opposite based off of recent patterns. You can see that I have my alerts set here. But all I want to remind you is why would I want to buy a stock now that even even last month it was cheap. But it got even cheaper, right? The direction is not in your favor. And this is something that we always like to remind beginner traders, right? Please make sure to keep things simple. When the direction is in your favor, when it's indicating signs of an uptrend, just like we've seen here, right? It is much easier to grow your account. It's still not easy, but much easier. Make it easy for yourself. Allow that direction to be in your favor. Right now, it's selling off. It's making lower highs, lower lows. All the red flags are out, meaning that this is not something that I want to put a lot of money into because it's consistently losing value. So just keep it that simple. It's great that you can have it in your watch list. You can set effective alerts, but until this thing begins to actually move in the right direction, I just would not hesitate to want to put money into it, right? So let's go ahead and break down another stock. HUT, please, looking great. All right, so always a good time to break down HUT. So let's look at this real quick. HUT on the day chart looking very overbought, but also very bullish, right? Very consistent, a consistent ascending uptrend pattern. There's three things, and you guys can let me know in the comment section. There's three things that I like to focus on a stock that's bullish, on a stock that's consistent, and a stock that's a good deal. This meets 2 out of the 3 criteria, meaning that if I were to ask you, you can answer this question, right? Looking at $11.30, the previous resistance level, and then it pulled on back to the moving average. With where we're at right now, it looks like we're approaching a resistance level, and it's getting ready to potentially pull on back. So if I were to ask you, hey, let's say you have $50 to work with. Do you want to buy $50 worth of a stock at $10.43 when it's overbought, it's no longer a good deal based off of previous highs? Or would you rather wait because it's bullish, right? Wait for it to pull on back, buy the dip and ride the recovery where you can actually take advantage of a deal and then ride the recovery? Yeah, that would maybe make a little bit more sense. It's not saying that this thing can't make new highs. Of course, if you're already in it, then it makes sense on why you're paying attention to it. But for someone like myself that is not already invested in HUT, I'm kind of too late to the rally. I'm kind of too late to the party, right? Meaning that it's overbought enough that the upside does not outweigh the downside. Opportunity cost is not in my favor for someone that is currently not invested. So because of that, I would have to say that it just wouldn't meet my criteria. What's going on, Mac? So we got OVV. So let me go ahead and break this down for you. So OVV was up 2%. Let's look at this on the day chart. Very bullish, very consistent. So yeah, I mean, for the past month, it looks like it has been validating the SMA line as a decent support level. This thing's just been so bullish lately that it's hard to, say anything negative about it. I mean, if anything, the direction is in your favor, which is great. If you're already invested in this, then that's great. But it's not a good deal. We're literally at all-time highs, which is great in the sense that we could anticipate a little bit of a pullback, right? When it pulls back a little bit and then it continues to rally if you really see value in this. But one of the things, again, there's nothing wrong with a stock like this. Absolutely nothing wrong. You're doing a great job focusing on a bullish stock that's showing signs of a continuous uptrend pattern. That's very, very attractive. That's going to really benefit you big picture. But for someone like myself looking at this right now, this is not a deal, right? This is not something that I can buy now and actually see upside potential. So because of that, I would just have to say that I would like to focus a little bit more on something that would look like it's on sale. And this is something where it's bullish, but I'm paying what it's currently worth, if not potentially paying more than what it's currently worth because it could potentially pull on back. So just, I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but I hope it's something that can put into perspective for you. So American Airlines, let's go ahead and break that one down. AAL. So again, if you guys want me to break down your stock, all you have to do is comment in the live chat. So let's look at AL. So I actually have a whole watch list that's designed just for airlines. How many of you guys have a similar watch list? Let me know in the live chat. But on the day chart is one thing that I really want you to pay attention to. We've been consolidating since, July around 18 to about $22. We've been really consolidating around this level. We haven't been able to break above 2250 or break below 1850. So right now I see American Airlines, like a lot of other airlines, pulling on back. And I also don't know if you heard the news over the weekend. There's a couple airlines where their employees are going on strike. This can actually act as a negative catalyst for the airline industry. So please wait until market open. But with that being said, right now, it has pulled on back. I like that you're paying attention to something like this, like American Airlines, because it recently pulled on back, which means that if it makes a recovery, there's upside potential. That's about 10%. I love what you're doing, but now we just need to wait for that confirmation. So I see why this would be in your watch list. I see why you would, set an alert for the break above the EMA line. Now we just need to wait for confirmation, right? This would be for a short-term swing trade. When it comes down to a long-term play, I would really like to see American Airlines begin to trade above 2250, as that has been a very common resistance level. So let me know what you think about that. Let's move on to MRK. What's going on, Lando? Long time no see. So MRK, we got this on the 4-hour time frame. Looks very overbought. Again, this is just my 2 cents, but looks very overbought. Hit highs of $85. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with me. But when something pushes up and it gaps up this aggressively within a very short period of time, almost always, it tends to gap right back down, and it's just a way for it to correct itself. This would not surprise me if it corrects itself back to the moving average and or back to previous lows. So because of that quick gap up, it's great for those that bought here and were able to lock in profits. But now I would really be careful if we begin to trade below $80 that this thing could gap down. So that's the only thing that I do want to make sure that you take into consideration before thinking that it has to continue to rally. Nothing has to happen when something goes up that quickly, right? There tends to be some form of correction. So let's go ahead and break down a couple of more. So BBIG. So BBIG, here we go. Alrighty, so okay. This right away throws red flags of a potential pump and dump. I can see right away its volume is very low, right? And then all of a sudden, its volume, do you guys see these volume bars down here? All of a sudden, the volume bar started to shoot up, and we see the price action follow. This is true signs of manipulation. It could be exposure due to some news, due to some potential, merger, whatever the case might be. But guess what almost always happens after this news? It ends up not playing out according to plan, or it becomes less relevant and it corrects itself. This looks like a true pump and dump where it gaps up, people lock in profits, and we say this all the time to our Learn Plan Profit members. It's a tough thing to say, but it's like these plays are amazing when the direction is in your favor. But as soon as they begin to go bearish, they just crash, and they consistently crash. And it's very naive for you to hope for them to recover. You just need to understand when to walk away from them. When they're too overbought and they're, squeezed out in the sense that they have to correct themselves. And that's what we see happening right now with that one. So TCNNF. TCNNF. Let's go ahead and break this one down. So I don't think it's going to show anything. Okay, there it goes. So on the 4-hour time frame, can we pull anything up? Yeah, so it looks very bearish for the past couple of months. Yeah, on the day chart, looks a little bit better. Hit highs of $54. It's been on a consistent descending pattern, making lower highs, lower lows. Definitely not something that I would take into consideration right now, as it's still making lower highs and lower lows. It has a lot to prove. I can see why you would set an alert, and if it begins to indicate signs of a recovery, then again, there's great upside, right? There's 70% upside plus. But as of right now, the direction's not in your favor. So because of that, I just wouldn't hope for that. When there's so much opportunity, and I'm sure you guys see it all day, every day, right? There's so much opportunity right now with recent markets pulling on back. I want to see a show of hands. How many of you right now, it sucks. It sucks when there's so many red days, right? Market's been pulling back for about 2 to 3 weeks. Let's be honest, right? It kind of sucks, but if you actually think about it, it's also a great chance for people that were not already invested in the market to be able to load up on some deals. If you actually think about it, like that's the best time to buy when everyone else is selling, to buy for a discount and ride for the recovery, right? But it's not that simple, right? You also have to manage your position size. You have to be selective on where it is that you choose to invest your money. So just making sure that you always take that into consideration. So Jonathan, I see your PTON. I'd be more than happy to break it down. Chill out, dude. But yeah, on the day chart, Carnival Cruise Line's recent pullback, very similar setup to the airline industry as of right now. So recent pullback, testing moving average. We'll see if we find a support, but I see why you're paying attention to it. It definitely makes sense. What used to act as a resistance level is now acting as a support level and offers about 15% upside. Let's follow up with it. We're at a critical point where if it breaks below, we can continue to drop. But if it finds a support, then yeah, we can potentially indicate signs of a potential reversal. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Jonathan, this one's for you. I have an open position on Peloton. One of the things that and I'm telling you this, right? And I always do this. I always do this for stocks that I'm invested. I always encourage viewers and even members to not copy what it is that I do. Do I view Peloton to be a cheap stock? To some degree. I have $21,000 invested in Peloton. This is about a 20% position size for me. So if I were to invest, or if you were to invest with $1,000, that's like you buying $200 worth of something. I want to put it into perspective, right? With that being said, do I view Peloton to be cheap? Yes. Based off of previous lows and previous highs, I view it to be pretty cheap. But do I think that you should buy Peloton right now? No. I don't think you are missing out on anything, because Peloton is still trading below EMA, it's still trading below $90 a share, and it's not indicating signs of an uptrend. My job as a YouTuber, in a sense, my job as for our daily live streams with our Learn Plan Profit group is not to encourage you to do something that doesn't make sense, but it's encourage you and to empower you to have criteria that every stock has to meet. And what is one thing that we always say? Allow the opportunity to present itself. Allow that direction to be in your favor. Right now, in the very core principles of what we do with trading, the direction is not in your favor. I'm okay, due to my experience and how I manage my position, I'm okay with buying $20,000 worth of Peloton. I can tolerate it. But I'm talking to everyone that's an absolute beginner, because Peloton can continue to sell off. It's not as easy as just buying the dip and then it recovers next week. It's sometimes difficult because you go through that emotional roller coaster. So I am here to encourage you to be selective. Allow that opportunity to present itself. I have all my alerts set. Add the stocks to your watch list, but do not pull the trigger on buying the stocks if the direction is not in your favor. That's my 2 cents with that. Let me know what you think. Let's go ahead, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go ahead and do a couple more. So we got ticker symbol SPOT. So SPOT, this is Spotify. How many viewers right now that are watching use Spotify, right? Not a bad service. Spotify is relatively pretty cheap, but it's trading below SMA line, right? It's still trading below the moving average. It's not indicating signs of a full recovery. I see why you're paying attention to it. Trust me, I want it to recover. Offers over 50% upside if it recovers to previous highs. But what is most important? Current direction and current opportunity. The opportunity is there, the direction is not. So what did I do? Kept it simple. Set my alert. Once it breaks above 269, I'd love to follow up with it. Until then, I want Spotify to bleed as much as it can so I can get it for the best deal and then ride it back for the recovery. I'm going to do one more, and I think it was TM. Someone asked me about Toyota. I actually made a video about Toyota. Toyota has relatively lower volume, but all of you guys know what Toyota is, right? A very bullish stock, and based off of recent patterns, recently pulled on back and is indicating signs of a potential support level. It doesn't have to make a recovery, but it offers an attractive, ROI, about 10%. It's very bullish, very consistent, and it's a company that a lot of people respect. So if this is something that meets your criteria, feel free to check it out. But again, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time on this Sunday. I know you guys are busy, especially for our LPP members. I hope that you guys are ready for our live stream tomorrow. One of the things that I do want to remind you is please refresh your screen right now. And the fourth link in the description, if I'm not mistaken, we now have the Wall Street Bull statue for your trading station. So we've had the mouse pads, we've had the flags, we've had the Illuminor. A lot of you guys have been asking us to bring this back, and it's now available at shoptechbuds.com. And if it's your first order on our site, you guys can use promo code WALLSTREET, WALLSTREET. Hope that you guys can spell Wall Street. Use Wall Street at checkout as your promo code, and you get, I believe, 10 or 15% off your first order. So I appreciate you guys' time. I'm excited for our live trading session tomorrow. And again, my goal with this entire video is for you not to agree with every stock that we spoke about today. That would be very closed-minded of me, right? But my goal with every single Sunday stock talk is to encourage you to be selective. Cherry pick out of the 12 to 15 different stocks that we broke down. Pick 1, 2, or 3 of them that you see value in, add them to your watch list, set effective alerts, and follow up with them when they make the most sense. If you guys are ready to join our live trading session and would like to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, please just take 2 minutes, learn a little bit more about what we offer within Learn Plan Profit, and that's that second link in the description. Until then, like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. I hope that we earn your thumbs up, and please consider subscribing.